All right, you guys. So you're going to make this your very own practice. So listen to your body. Most important thing is to connect your movement to your breath and just focus on how you're feeling in your poses. So if something doesn't feel right to your body, really kind of examine what you're doing and make it so that it feels appropriate. So I'm going to give you really good verbal cues to get you into the poses safely, and just experiment when you're there with how it feels to your body. All right, and we are going to start with some relaxation, so let's go ahead and relax down on our mats. We're going to let our arms rest at our sides, palms open to the sky. I want you to close your eyes and just start to breathe deeply in through your nose, expanding your belly, back, and rib cage as you inhale. And as we exhale, let's breathe out through the nose as well, feeling that same area of your body is contracting and emptying. Really think about elongating your breath. So a nice long inhale, perhaps to the count of 4. A nice long exhale to the count of 4. While we're continuing to breathe deeply, let's bring awareness to our face. Would you relax your eyes, relax your jaw. Breathe away any tension from your neck and your shoulders. And then let your breath travel from your shoulders all the way down to the tips of your fingers. Next, let's bring our breath into our legs and breathe from your hips all the way down to your toes. Next, let's bring awareness and breath into our spine. Let your breath enter the top of your head. Feel it traveling down the length of your spine, weaving itself between each and every segment of your spine. From there, we're going to inhale our arms towards the sky. Exhale, float them back down alongside your body. Inhale again towards the sky. And exhale back down. Let's inhale towards the sky. And exhale, let them float all the way back behind you. Once there, we're going to stretch out through all of our fingers. Push out through the heels of your feet. Just keep reaching as far away from the center of your body as you can. And then feel your body go soft. Let's inhale the arms back up towards the sky. And exhale, return them to your sides. We're going to turn our head to the left. Bring the head back to neutral and turn the head to the right. Again, head is back to neutral and we turn to our left. Come back to neutral and turn our eyes to the right. And then come back to that neutral place. Let's bring the right knee up close to the chest and flex and point our right foot. Let's roll the ankle around, lead with the big toe, so you're drawing that big toe towards the midline of your body. and then just let your foot rest. Switching out the legs, let's pull the left knee in, send the right leg out. And again, we'll flex and point our foot. And then let's roll that ankle, leading with our big toe towards the midline of the body. And then just let your foot relax. Let's bring the right knee back in towards the chest. And then flex both your feet and spread your toes out as wide as you can. Scrunch them up super tight. Spread them really, really wide. Scrunch them tight. Once more, wide, wide, wide. And then scrunched up super tight. And then we'll relax the feet. And let's circle both knees around, massaging through the lower back. Let's reverse our circles. And then just hold the knees in close. And we'll rock gently a few times side to side. And then return to a neutral place. You're going to keep that right knee pulled in and send your left leg all the way back out onto the mat. Let's extend our right leg towards the sky. Walk your hands up as close to your ankle as you can, and think about drawing your toes towards the top of your head. We're going to float that leg all the way down. And then once there, let's pull the left knee in. Extend it towards the sky. Reach up as high as you can towards that ankle. And then think about drawing those toes over your head. And then from there, let's release and let that leg float all the way back down. Once we're back down, we're going to walk both feet in, keeping our knees bent. Keep your feet spaced about hips distance. Turn your toes in slightly. Let your arms rest at your sides, palms towards the sky. And let's start tightening the belly and drawing the hips away from the mat. So we're going to press up into a little shoulder bridge, making sure we're not feeling any weight transferring into the neck. Feeling lots of activation in the gluteals and the hamstrings. And then let's inch back down one vertebra at a time. Trying again, let's tighten the belly, peeling our way off the mat, pressing up into a nice shoulder bridge. And again, articulating the spine back onto the mat. One final time, let's tighten the belly and draw the hips up. And breathe while we're here. And then again, we'll slowly sit back down. And then once we're all the way down, we take a nice full breath. And let's bring the knees back in close to the body. Add a few more rocks from side to side. And then we're back to a neutral place. And let's roll the body up. And once we've made it up, we can sit cross-legged, letting our palms open face to the sky and the backs of our hands rest on those knees. Close your eyes and continue to breathe deeply in through the nose, out through the nose. Allow your chin to drop to your chest and breathe into the back of your neck. Inhale, lift the head. Let's tip back and open our throat. Again, draw the chin to your chest. Lifting the head, tip back, open our throat. Dropping our chin to our chest. Inhaling again, lifting, tipping back and opening our throat. And then we'll bring that head back to a neutral place. Let's tip our right ear towards our right shoulder. Drop the chin down, tipping the left ear off to the left. Drop the chin, and again we tip to the right. Drop the chin and tip off to your left. Drop the chin again and tip off to the right. Let's place the right hand just above the tip of your left ear. And then push your left palm into the earth. Breathe up the left arm and along the side of your neck. Let's inhale and extend the right arm towards the sky and just kind of gaze up at your right hand. We'll do a little side bend to the left. Come back up. And let's side bend to the left. And let's lift. Once more, side bend to the left. And then we're going to sweep the arm forward. Reach all the way out to the right. Come back over the head and side bend to your left. And then we'll lift back up and let that right arm float down. Once it's down, let's roll the shoulders from back to front. Think about massaging the base of your ears with your shoulders. Let's make the circles a little bit larger. And then just let your fingers float back down. Place the hands back on the knees, palms open to the sky. And now we'll tip our left ear to the left shoulder. Let's place our left hand just above the right ear. And then push your right palm into the earth. Let's inhale, reach the left arm towards the sky, and just gaze up at your left hand. Side bend off to the right. And come back up. Again, side bend to the right. And we lift. Once more, side bend to the right. And lift. This time we're going to side bend to the right, sweep forward, reach out to the left, come back up, and side bend to the right. And then we'll lift back up and let that arm float all the way down. Again, we're going to roll the shoulders from back to front, increasing the size of our circles, extending the arms out wider and wider, keeping the elbows soft. And then just let your arms extend open wide. Press your palms towards the sky and allow your fingers to draw towards the earth. From there, let's start rounding the spine. We're going to bring the backs of our hands together. And then inhale, open your arms and your heart. Exhale, round backs of hands together. Inhale, open wide. Once more, exhale, round. And inhale, open wide. Let the arms float back down. Fingertips lightly touching the earth, feeling the top of our head being drawn towards the sky. Let's take one more inhale as we are. Exhale, let everything go a little bit soft. And let's move onto hands and knees. So whatever way works best for you to get onto hands and knees. Once we've made it on hands and knees, want to make sure we've got our shoulders over our wrists, our hips over our knees, fingers nice and wide spread, and we're actually turning our palms in slightly so that we can bear down into the index finger knuckle area of your hand and kind of lift your weight out of the outer edges of your palms. That's going to keep your wrists and your shoulders safe. Eyes are looking out. We have a straight line from the tailbone to the top of our head. As we inhale, start to sink your navel, lift your tailbone. Lift your head and open your heart for cow. Exhale, scoop the belly in and round your spine, drop your head for cat. We inhale, open for cow. And exhale, round for cat. Inhale again for cow. And exhale, round for cat. Once more, inhale, cow. And exhale, round for cat. and then just hang out in your neutral spine. Let your big toes come closer. Keep your knees apart, and let's push our tailbone back. Let your chest drop through your knees. Let your forehead rest on the mat. Reach out with those fingertips towards the end of your mat. And then let your palms rotate so they're more open face towards the sky. And feel that stretch increase down the sides of your body. We're going to flip the palms back over, coming back into that strong hand position. And then let's tuck our toes and start to build downward facing dog. So we're going to push our tailbone towards the sky. Allow your head to dangle through your arms. Feel your rib cage pulling closer to your thighs. And feel the back of your shoulder blades drawing towards your gluteals. While we're here, let's walk our dog visually. And then we're going to lift both heels at the same time and let them sink back down. Let's nod our head yes, and then shake our head no. And then just let your head dangle freely. From there, let's come right back down onto all fours. Extend the right leg behind you and push out through your right heel. And then add your left arm reaching forward. That becomes our spinal balance. Let's come down and we'll switch. This time extend the left leg, reaching the right arm forward, pushing out through that left heel. Let's lower and switch again. Right leg extends, left arm reaches forward. Now let's bring the left hand down, set your right toes down, step your left foot back, and enter plank. So in our plank pose, we want our shoulders still over the wrist, same hand position. Belly button tight, but relax your buttocks and push out through the back of your inner knees. Start to press your tailbone again up towards the sky. Let your head drop to your arms and then back into downward facing dog. Let's inhale forward into plank. Exhale again, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. And once more, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. And now I want you to modify to your knees. So we're in a modified plank, and we're going to start to lower, opening your elbows wide. As you're lowering, your chest comes down, then your hips come down. Tuck your elbows in. Inhale, lengthen your spine, press through the tops of your feet, press through your hip bones, lengthen your spine, and rise into cobra. Exhale, let's go back down. Elbows go wide. Tuck the elbows in, lengthen first, and then we rise into cobra. Once again, opening the elbows on the way down, tucking them in as we inhale, lengthen, rise into cobra. Let's tuck our toes and come right back up into downward facing dog. Inhale, return to plank. Now you can modify if you'd like or lower in one piece. Same rules, elbows wide, chest down, hips down, elbows tuck in. Inhale, rise, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes and come back up into down dog. Let's do that once more. Inhale to our plank. Modify if you'd like. Lowering down, elbows wide, chest down, hips down, elbows come in. Inhale, rise into cobra. Now let's push all the way back into extended child's pose. Let's pass our right arm through our left armpit and let your right shoulder sink down onto your mat. Bring the right arm out and we'll switch, passing left through right, sinking that shoulder down. And then we'll bring that arm back out. And once again, press all the way back through your tailbone. Let's tuck our toes, lift our tailbone back up towards the sky, downward facing dog. From there, we're going to take a giant step forward with our right foot. We want to get our foot in between our hands, so you can use your hand to help get it up there if you need to. We want to make sure we've got our weight pressing into our right big toe and second toe. Got our knee over our ankle, our eyes are looking out. And there's our runner's lunge. We always use our lunge as kind of like transitioning to something else. So once you've got your balance, see if you can open your arms and do an airplane lunge. Then we're just going to lift the upper body, and that becomes high lunge. Good, now let's exhale, bring your hands back to the mat. Step the right foot back, show me your plank, and then press back up into down dog. Taking a giant step forward with left foot this time. We've got our knee over our ankle. We've got our weight in our big toe, second toe of our left foot. We're finding our balance, and once we feel stable, go ahead and add those arms for your airplane lunge. And then we'll start to lift upper body. And there's our high lunge. Good, breathe. As we exhale, let's fold forward again, hands to the mat. This time, step your right foot forward. Let your big toes turn in slightly, your heels point out slightly, and allow your upper body to actually rest on your thighs. So perhaps you have to bend your knees, that's okay. We just want to let everything go. Let's tighten the belly as we start to roll the body up. Gonna reach high to the sky into a little bit of a back bend. Exhale, return to your heart. Inhale again for that little back bend. And exhale to our heart. Once more, inhale, back bend, and exhale, let's fold forward. Once down there, inhale, look out. Exhale, try to sink a little deeper. Right foot back, left foot back, holding plank. Modify if you'd like. Lowering down, elbows wide, chest down, hips down. Inhale, lengthen, rise into cobra. Exhale, tuck toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. And again, exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot forward, left foot forward. Big toes turning in, heels out. Inhale, roll up. Reach towards the sky. Exhale to our heart. So that was our first sun salutation. Let's inhale again to the sky. Exhale, fold the body forward. Inhale, looking out. Exhale, sinking deeper. Left foot back, right foot back. Hold your plank. Modify if you'd like. Elbows wide on the way down. Chest down, hips down. Elbows tuck in. Inhale, rise, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's inhale forward again to plank. And exhale, down dog. Left foot forward, right foot forward. Toes in, heels out. Inhale, let's roll up. Reach high, touch the sky. Exhale to your heart. Now let your arms extend long at your sides. Palms facing forward. Lifting and opening your heart. Feeling your weight pressing into your big toes, second toes of both feet. There's our standing mountain pose. Let's inhale to the sky. Exhale as we fold. Inhale, look out. And exhale, sink deeper. Right foot steps back into our lunge. Once we're there, let's push our left heel down, or right heel down, and turn our right toes out. Align your left heel with the back of your right heel, and let's start lifting upper body. So we want to make sure the left knee is stationed over the ankle. Weight is in our big toe, second toe. We've got our hips square to the front edge of our mat, and then let's add our arms Relax your shoulders, but feel that long stretch in your arms. Let's open the arms wide to the side. And then hinge forward, and that's going to bring us into warrior airplane. Let's bring our hands back to the mat. Lift to the ball of your right foot, bringing you back into your lunge. And then from there, we're going to sink down onto the right knee. Press down through the top of our right foot. And then let's lift towards the sky, bringing us into crescent moon. Let's extend the arms wide. Start to rotate towards the left and just kind of look over your left hand. Come back to center. Rotate off to your right. And look over your left hand. And then send your left hand to the mat. Reach the right hand to the sky. And breathe. We'll exhale the right hand back down. Straddling our left foot, let's tuck our right toes under. And we're back up into lunge. Send your left foot back into plank. Modify if you'd like. Lowering elbows wide, chest down, hips down, elbows come in. Inhale, rise, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes. Downward facing dog. Inhale, return to plank. And exhale again, down dog. Right foot steps between the hands. So once we've got our knee over our right ankle this time, you can push your left heel down. Turn your left toes out. Align your right heel with the back of your left heel and start to lift upper body while we're pressing into our right big toe, second toe. Keeping our hips forward towards the front end of our mat and then adding our arms. Good, and there's warrior one. Strong arms, soft shoulders, nice open heart. Let's open the arms wide. Start to hinge forward so your ribs come close to that front thigh. That's our warrior airplane. And then let's bring the hands back to the mat. Return to the ball of your left foot. Go ahead and sink your left knee down. Push through the top of your left foot. And then let's lift up into crescent. We're going to start opening the arms wide and just rotate to your right. Let's come back and rotate to your left. And then let your right hand come to the mat. Extend your left arm towards the sky. Exhale the left hand back down. Tuck your left toes under. Return yourself to your lunge. Send your right foot back into your plank. Modify if you'd like. Lowering elbows wide, chest down, hips down, elbows come in. Inhale, rise, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale again to plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right foot forward. Toes and heels out. Inhale, let's roll up. Reaching again to the sky. Exhale into our heart and return to standing mountain pose. This time let's inhale to the sky. Exhale, open just the arms. Let them come together behind your back. So you can either hook your thumbs together or your second and third fingers together, or you could clasp your hands. Once that's done, I want you to think about lifting your heart center. allowing your head to tip back to open your throat, and feel like you're pulling your knuckles down to the earth. Let's inhale ourselves back to neutral. Now on the exhale, let's start to fold forward. So you're gonna lead with your ribs. Feel free to bend your knees as much as you need to, getting your ribs to rest on your thighs, dropping your head, and then sending those arms higher to the sky. And then as we exhale, let's release the hands, return them to the mat, and we'll take a giant step back with our right foot, bringing us back into runner's lunge. Once there, we're gonna walk ourselves around into a straddle, facing the wide edge of our mat. And I want you to turn your toes in slightly. Let your hands press directly under your shoulders. Now again, if you need to bend your knees here, that's perfectly fine. We're gonna inhale and look out. Exhale and bend your elbows so we can sink a little deeper down. Just let your head drop. Breathe into your inner thighs and your outer hips. From there, let's press down into the palms and the arms get straighter and straighter. Slide your left hand over so it's centered beneath you, and then push on your left hand with your right. Inhale, start to open right arm to the side. Exhale, revolve at the waist. And try to get your right fingers to touch the sky. We'll exhale the right hand back down. Once back down, inhale, flat back, look out. Walk your hands onto your thighs. Keep the belly button super tight, and then extend your arms for straddle airplane. And then let's slowly inhale our way back up to a nice open star. We're gonna adjust our feet so they're a little bit wider than our hips. Our toes are in, our heels are out. Our palms are open face to the sky. And there's 5 minutes. Let your palms rotate, and we're going to bring them closer together so they meet. And then just lace all of your fingers. Let your index fingers press together and feel like they're being pulled away from your body. So you're feeling a deeper stretch across your upper back and the back of your shoulders. And then from there, let's inhale, let the arms rise, but feel the shoulders falling away from your ears. So we're not feeling any tension or stress in the neck or the shoulders. And then let the arms reopen, and that brings us back into our star. From there, we're going to turn our left toes to the front end of our mat. Align your left heel with your right arch. Keep the front of your body facing the long side of your mat, and let's bend our left knee. Let that knee find its way out over your ankle without going past your toes. And really work at centering your body weight equally into both feet. Meanwhile, the weight that's in your left foot is in your left big toe, second toe. Let's lift both arms and then reopen. Lift both arms and reopen. Once more, both arms. Now let the right arm lower, keep the left arm high. Reach a little higher with the left. Little side stretch to your right. Left palm to the sky. And there's our reverse warrior. And we can bring ourselves back into warrior two. Good, now let's turn stretch the left leg straighter and straighter without locking. And we're right back where we started. Our right hip is gonna start pulling right. Our left arm's gonna stretch out as far as we can reach. Once we can't go any farther in either direction, let's lower the left and lift the right. And it doesn't matter where you're placing your left hand, as long as you're able to maintain straight legs, a nice long open spine. And we're gonna breathe into all that space that we've created in our triangle. Let's take one more inhale as we are. On the exhale, let's start to rebend the left knee. And you can either place your left forearm on your thigh, or you could reach your left hand to the mat, and there's extended ankle pose. Now I want you to rotate that right hand. You're gonna lay that right arm across your ear with your right palm towards the sky, and there's our side angle pose. Let's inhale the right arm back up. On the exhale, we're gonna revolve the upper body. Come back into your runner's lunge, lifting to the ball of your right foot. And then from there, stepping left foot back into your plank. Modify if you'd like. Lowering elbows wide, chest down, hips down, elbows tuck in. Inhale, rise cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale again to plank. Let's try lifting the right foot not too high and then pressing back into three-legged dog. We'll send the right foot forward between the hands, bringing us back into our lunge. All right, once we've made it back into lunge, we're gonna start to push our body weight onto the right leg as we're straightening the leg, and then send your left leg behind you about hip level. Place your hands on either side of your right foot, and that becomes tripod balance. And we can remain in tripod balance, or we could align our right thumb with our right pinky toe and start to roll the left hip open, adding the left arm to the sky, bringing us into half moon balance. Let's exhale, left hand down if it is lifted. Stepping the left foot in. Toes turning in, heels out slightly. I want you to bend your knees like you're gonna sit down into a tiny chair. And while you're sinking your hips down, think about pulling your knees closer together. Place your hands on your thighs and then just lift your ribs away from your thighs. Add your arms alongside your ears and keep lifting the upper body for chair pose. Good. Inhale, reach high to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. And let's return to standing mountain pose. Breathe. Let's inhale again, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, look out. Exhale, let's sink deeper. And remember, we want to keep our ribs against our thighs, so perhaps you have to bend your knees. Cradle your elbows in the palms of your hands, so you form this little frame, and then just let your head drop within that frame. Exhale, let's release our fingers to the mat. This time we'll step back with our left foot into our lunge. Once there, let's walk ourselves around into straddle. And now we should be facing the other side of our mat. We've got our toes turned in slightly. Inhale, let's look out. Exhale, start melting. And see if you can get a tiny bit more than the last time. From there, let's push down into the palms so we can straighten the arms. Slide your right hand over so it's centered beneath you and then push on it with your left hand. Inhale, left arm wide to the side. Exhale, revolve at the waist. Left fingers up to the sky. There's our twisting straddle. Exhale the left hand back down. Once there, just reposition your hands so they're directly under your shoulders. And I want you to think about bending your knees and pulling your tailbone towards the mat. And just kind of let those hips sink down wherever you can go. Let's push the legs straight. Push the arms straight. Inhale, look out with your flat back. Place your hands on your thighs. And once you're there, extend your arms and we're in our straddle airplane. From there, we can inhale and slowly rise to standing. Adjusting our feet so they're a little wider than our hips with our toes in, heels out. Palms open, face to the sky. 5-pointed star. Think about really reaching out through your fingertips and then opening your heart. Let your head tip back slightly. Let's bring the head back to the neutral spine. Start to lift the arms up overhead. First start with just your fingertips meeting. And then let your palms press together. Let's lace all of our fingers and push your palms towards the sky. So while you're pushing your palms up, think about pulling your shoulders down. Let's do a little side bend to our right. Press back up towards the sky. Side bend to our left. Again to the sky. Side bend to the right. Press back up to the sky. And then side bend to our left. And then back up to the sky. And we're going to let the arms come forward. And just keep pushing out through your palms. Rotate your palms to face you as if you're hugging a big ball in front of your body. So feel that stretch going all the way across the upper back, down the back of your shoulders, the back of your upper arms. And then we can reopen our arms and return to our star. Beautiful. Now turn your right toes to the front end of your mat. Align your right heel with your left arch and keep the front of your body facing the side of your mat. When you're ready, we're bending the right knee. It's going to come out over the ankle without going past our toes. We want to center our body weight. So you want to imagine that you've got a string attached to your head that's being pulled up to the sky. So we're not leaning forward, we're actually just centered between our feet. And we can feel the weight in our right foot actually pressing into our right big toe, second toe. We'll inhale the arms high. Exhale them back open. Inhale high. Exhale open. Inhale high. Exhale lower just the left arm. Stretch the right hand a little higher. Side bend to your left and press your right palm to the sky. And that brings us into reverse warrior. As we exhale, let's come back into warrior two. Good. Now we're ready to pull our right leg straight, and we're right back where we started. And we're building our triangle. So imagine yourselves pressed between two panes of glass. While you're being pressed between two panes of glass, your left hip is pulling to the left, and your right arm is going to stretch out as far as you can get it to go. Once you can't get it any farther, let's lower the right and lift the left. Your left hand is being drawn right up to the sky. So your body feels like it's being lifted versus sinking down. We're not feeling any tension in the shoulders or the neck. Just breathing into all that open space. Let's take one more inhale in triangle. On the exhale, we're simply bending the right knee. We can either place our forearm on our right thigh, or we could keep the hand reaching down to the mat for extended angle pose. It's basically triangle with your knee bent. From there, we're going to rotate the left palm so it's kind of facing our left foot, and then let that left arm lay across your left ear, and there's side angle pose. So when I think about keeping that left armpit pointing right up at the ceiling. Let's inhale the left arm back up. On the exhale, we can revolve the upper body. Come onto the ball of your left foot, and that should bring you back into your lunge. Now we can step the right foot back into plank. Modify if you'd like, lowering down, elbows wide, chest down, hips down, elbows come in. Inhale, rise into that cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, come on back up, downward facing dog. Inhale, return to plank. Let's lift the left foot, not too high, and then press back into three-legged dog. Send your left foot through your hands, bringing you back into your lunge. All right, now once you've got your lunge, we're gonna start pressing our weight into that left foot as we straighten the left leg. Extend the right leg behind you and let your hands form a tripod with your left foot. And this is simply tripod balance. And we know that when we're balancing, we're using those abdominals holding tight to the spine. We want to feel our weight pressing into our left big toe, second toe. That's going to keep the weight in the right part of your foot. You can stay like that or align your left thumb with your left pinky toe. Start to roll the right hip open and then add that right arm to the sky for half moon. As we exhale, we can bring the right hand down if it's lifted, and then step your right foot in. Toes turn in, heels turned out. From here, we're gonna bend our knees like we're about to sit back in a tiny chair. And while we're doing that, let's bring the knees closer together, hands to thighs so you can lift your ribs away from your thighs. And then add your arms when you're ready for your chair pose. Good. And then think about lifting your heart. Relaxing the shoulders. Inhale, rise and touch the sky. Exhale, return to your heart. And then let's come back into standing mountain pose. Inhale again to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look out. Exhale, pull deeper. Cradle your elbows again in the palms of your hands. Let your ribs press against your thighs, so bent knees is perfectly fine. And then just let your head drop within those arms. releasing our fingertips to the mat. Let's step back with right foot and then left foot, returning to our plank. Now let's keep that left shoulder directly over the left wrist, and we're going to turn to the side for side plank. Right hand goes to the sky. Modification, you can set the side of your left knee on the mat. Good job. Exhale back around into our plank, and then let's switch. Right shoulder over right wrist, left hand reaching to the sky. Modification, side of the right knee helps support us. Exhale back around into our plank. Modify if you'd like. Lowering down, elbows are wide, chest comes down, hips come down. And then let the whole body come down. And then I want you to inhale and rise and hold that cobra. So we've got the shoulders relaxed, we've got a nice open heart. Breathe. Good, now as we exhale, let's melt back down. Once we're down, let's extend the arms and the legs out. We're going to reach a little farther with our right arm and our left leg and lift away from the mat. Let's come back down and switch. Left arm, right leg, a little bit longer and longer, and then we lift. Good, so by the time we're lifting that arm and that leg, we have lots of open space in the spine. And let's come back down. This time, arms and legs extend together as far as we can, and then rise. See about opening your arms wide. And then melt all the way down. Let your head turn off to one side. Let's place the hands under the shoulders with the elbows in close. Press down through the tops of your feet. Press down through the hip bones. Lengthen your spine. Pulling out through the top of the head. We're lifting the head. We're lifting the heart. Then we're going to push all the way back and return to extended child's pose. Let's scoop the belly in and round for our cat. Sink our navel, lift and open for cow. Try again, let's round out for cat. And then open for cow. And then just maintain that neutral place. Left knee is going to inch forward. Let's bring it up behind the left wrist. Going to use our right hand to guide our left heel across the body, aiming it at our right hip bone, pointing left knee out to the side. So we're moving into pigeon pose, and if pigeon pose is not a good pose for you, you can do upside down pigeon, which is basically the same thing but on your back. So once you've got yourself in position, feel your weight staying over your right hip and let that right leg inch a little bit further back. And then we're going to melt the upper body closer to the mat. So where we don't want to feel this is in our left knee. If you're feeling any kind of discomfort in your knee, you need to get that weight out of your knee and over your right hip. So we'll take one more inhale as we are. As we exhale, let's start to lift the upper body. Once we're upright, let's sit onto our left hip. And we're gonna bring that right thigh forward so it butts right up against the bottom of your left foot. So when you look at your legs, they form this little pinwheel. You've got that left shin kind of in front of your body and the right shin off to the side. Good. And then think about pressing that right hip down so you don't end up leaning to the left. Let's extend the arms wide. We're going to bring the arms forward now and let that right arm pass under your left. Once the elbows are kind of crisscrossed, let's bend the elbows. And you can either press the back of your hands together or you can let your palms meet. It'll lift the elbows to shoulder level. Breathe into those eagle arms. So I'm going to take one more inhale with our eagle arms. As we exhale, we can untwist and then just let your shoulders, your hands rest on your shoulders. Pull your elbows down towards your heart and then let your head drop. And then let's release our hands. Good, and come right back up onto all fours. And we can repeat the sequence on the other side. So we're inching our right knee forward, comes behind the right wrist. Using our left hand to guide our right heel across the body, aim it at your left hip bone. Think about opening your right knee to the side of your mat, and then we're going to inch the left leg a little farther back, or we're flipping over onto our back and doing upside down pigeon. We're keeping weight out of the right knee and positioned over the left hip. We're going to take one more inhale. Exhale as we slowly start to lift. Once we make it up, transfer your weight onto the right hip. Let's bring that left thigh forward. So again, it's just going to butt up against the bottom of our right foot. And we've got our pinwheel legs. And this time we want to actively press that left hip down so we're not leaning to the right. And then big, open, wide stretch. Let the arms come closer together. Let's pass left elbow under right. Once they're crisscrossed, we're going to bend the elbows. And again, backs of the hands can come close together or palms can meet. And we're lifting the elbows. There's our eagle arms. Good, breathe. So when we're in our poses, really think about breathing into what's feeling restrictive and tight. And just relax into those places. As we exhale, we can untwist. Let our hands rest on our shoulders, and then you can draw the elbows down close to your heart and simply drop your head. And then let's release the arms. And from there, we'll bring the legs around nice and straight. It should actually feel pretty good to stretch them out. We're going to keep a little bit of a bend in our knees, and I want you to come forward and see if you can grab your big toes. So bend your knees as much as you need to until you can reach your toes. And then pull your ribs to your thighs. And then from there, I want you to push your legs straighter and straighter and keep your ribs pulling against your thighs. And then we can release our toes and slowly roll up from there. And then once we've made it all the way up, let's bend our knees and place our hands behind our thighs. Gonna relax our shoulders away from our ears. As we inhale, I want you to tip your head back, open your throat. And then exhale, scoop the belly and round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale again, let's lift and open. And exhale, scoop and round. And then find your way back to that neutral place. Once there, we're going to find our balance on our tailbone. All right, so your belly button's going to hold really, really tight so that we can keep our back straight, and then try to extend your legs the way you can without letting your back round. And once you found that point of balance, let's add the arms. And then we're going to slowly open it down, 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 like somebody has a giant iron and they're ironing you into the mat. Once we're down, press out through the heels of your feet. Extend out through those fingertips. Let's lift the arms. Let them rest at your sides, palms to the sky. Gonna bend the knees, walk the feet in, space them apart about hips distance, toes and heels out slightly, tighten that belly, and let's come right back up into our bridge, just like we did in the very beginning of class. And again, we want to keep the weight out of our neck. Want to feel lots of activation in the gluteals and hamstrings. Let's lift the arms towards the sky. And then as we exhale, we're going to slowly melt the spine, one vertebra at a time, back down onto the mat. Once it's all the way down, pull knees to chest. Couple knee circles around and around. And then let's reverse. And then just keep your knees pulled in really close. Let's extend the right leg towards the sky. You can set your left foot down. Reach your hands as close to your right ankle as you can. Calf is okay. Just don't hold behind your knee or below the knee. So it's got to be calf or higher. And then try pushing your left leg out straight. Draw the right toes over your head. See if you can feel a difference from when we did this in the very beginning of class. You can ease up a little bit. Place your left hand on the outside of your right ankle. Open your right arm to the side and start to pull the right leg across the midline of your body without lifting that right buttocks too far off the mat. So I want you to feel this going down the outside of your hip and down the right calf, the side of your calf, and just push out through the heel of your right foot. And then let's bring the leg back up. We'll bend that knee, place the foot down, and then switch legs. So in goes the left leg. Let's extend it towards the sky. Walk your hands up as high as you can towards your ankle. Push the right leg out. And then think about pulling toes over your head. And then we can ease up a little bit. Place your right hand on the outside of your left ankle. Open that left arm wide. Start to draw the left leg across the midline of your body. And breathe up along the side of your hip and the outside of your thigh and the outside of your calf. Good, and then we can bring the leg back to neutral. Bring it back in towards your chest. Rest your foot down. Let's rebend both of our knees. Feet on the mat. Both arms go wide and just let your knees fall right. Take them as far as they'll go without lifting that left shoulder. and look left. So we want to feel a nice rotation taking place at the waistline. We'll bring the knees back to neutral and let them fall to your left as we look right. And then come back to that neutral place. Once there, let's bring the arms closer into the sides of our body. Feel your shoulders melt into the mat. Let's bring the soles of our feet close together and let your knees fall wide. And then when you feel ready, you can just extend your legs out onto the mat and adjust your body until you're not feeling any points of pressure. We're just feeling complete dissolving into the mat. And we're going to guide our breath around the body, seeking out those spots that remain tense or tight. Spend a little time in those places that perhaps give you issue on a daily basis, and just let your breath linger there. Have the courage to find the magic in this day. Go out of your way to appreciate the deserving things here before you, people who matter, places that will inevitably change, and circumstances that get rearranged all too easily. Do more than stop and smell the roses. Search them out. Plant new seeds in the places you pass by. If someone has made a difference in your life, let them know. And remember that there's more to appreciate in this moment than we realized. Years from now, the truth of this will shine, and one of your sincere regrets will be not knowing how good you had it at the time. Let us set aside all of our anxious thoughts and make a choice to live today with courage, with an open heart, a grateful heart, and hope. And extend random acts of kindness whenever you can. Know that my soul honors your soul. I honor the place in you where the entire universe resides. I honor the light, the love, the truth, the beauty, and the peace within you, because it is also within me. In sharing these things, we are united, we are the same, we are one. Namaste.